What's up, my guys? Welcome back to the report card. Today we're actually going to be doing our second installment of the retro report card. So how I'm keeping this series going, just like the last time, if you guys want, comment your birthdays in the comments down below, and I'm going to scroll through randomly and pick another one, and whoever's one I pick, that birthday, I will do the pay-per-view after the day you were born. So for instance, my guy Chaos, bro, shout out to you. Hope you're doing good. He was the comment that I landed on from my first video. So he was born August 31st, 2006. The first pay-per-view after that, for those of y'all that know, was WWE Unforgiven. And that was honestly one of WWE's best pay-per-views they've ever done. So if my guy, Chaos, was able to comprehend what he read and saw, as well as have motor skills by the time he was in about 2.5 weeks, my guy enjoyed a banger pay-per-view back in 2006. But for us old farts like myself, I was 13 when this happened. And I tell you what, I didn't have none of this. I didn't have none of this. All I had was a GPA, body odor, and acne, okay? But hey, back to the pay-per-view, man. This really was an epic pay-per-view because in our opening match, you had Jeff Hardy taking on Johnny Drip Drip, a.k.a. Johnny Nitro, back in the day for the Intercontinental title. The women's title featured two of the GOATs in Trish and Lita. And then you had that Hell in a Cell match between DX and the McMahons, who also had the Big Show on their side, so it was a handicap Hell in a Cell match. And the main event, that was John Cena taking on Edge in that epic TLC match, if you remember. So, hey, strap on your seatbelts, and without further ado, let's get on into grading. In our opening act, you got the Intercontinental Champion, Johnny Nitro. He's defending his title against Jeff Hardy. And a young Johnny Drip Drip didn't come alone, as he had Melina by his side, who caused Jeff Hardy in their previous match for that title. Now, even though these are two high flyers, surprisingly, this was a highly technical match for the first few minutes. That was until they spilled out of the ring and Jeff Hardy came flying out of nowhere off a barricade. Before he could build too much momentum, though, Johnny Nitro really went to work on Jeff Hardy's left knee. If you watch this match, bring some sort of earmuffs or covers, because throughout this whole match, Melina literally would scream at the top of her lungs. And, of course, Jerry Lawler was low-key being a creep the whole time. After working on that knee for what seemed like hours, though, Nitro went for his corkscrew moonsault off the top rope, but he missed, which led to Jeff Hardy hitting the Whisper in the wind. Nitro's top rope woes continue as he missed a Frankensteiner. Hardy answers again, this time with the Swanton Bomb. But that knee that Nitro was working on earlier delayed Hardy's cover, and Nitro at least had some luck with the bottom rope as he reached out his leg and caused a break. Nitro went to the top rope yet again. When will you learn, old man? This time, as he jumped off, Jeff Hardy countered and hit him with a powerbomb. But as the ref was distracted, that damn Jezebel, Melina, finally got involved and hit Hardy over the head with her boot, which allowed Johnny Drip Drip to cover and get the 1, 2, 3. So if I'm going to sit there and grade that opening match, personally, I'm giving it an A-. Like, I thought the match was great. You had great storytelling with Jeff Hardy's knee, as well as Johnny Nitro's top rope woes. Say that 5 times fast. But also, this wasn't the high-flying match I think any of us expected, and these two cats still delivered. Now, this next match definitely wasn't no high-flying match. As you had Umaga, he's taking on the big red machine. By God, it's Kane! Now, these two big son bitches came to do two things. That's to whoop some ass and make some money. And let me tell you what, we were all out of money, Jack. Then this wasn't your typical Vince McMahon monster versus monster match, because these two guys really put on a show throughout the match. They did spill to the outside of the ring, and while they were out there pummeling each other, neither guy had noticed that the ref's count had gotten to 10. So yes, the match did end in a double count out. I'm going to slap a grade on that one. I'm going to give it a C+. Like, great match, just terrible ending. Speaking of terrible, next up, you've got the Spirit Squad defending their WWE Tag Team titles against the Highlanders, okay? JR literally opened this by saying that the Spirit Squad is equivalent to the boil on the tailbone of life. Honestly, JR and Jerry Lawler spent the entire match roasting the Spirit Squad. It was hilarious. Now, if you don't know who the Highlanders are, they are just a physical, brutal tag team. They literally tag each other in by slapping each other in the face. And honestly, they were mauling the Spirit Squad, but as you know, the Spirit Squad is full of 5 guys, so the other 3 members got involved not once, but twice, which allowed Spirit Squad member Johnny to hit the face buster and get the 1, 2, 3. Now, if I'm going to sit here and grade that match, I'm going to give it a C-. Like, honestly, the action in the match wasn't that bad, but the Spirit Squad was just so cringy. Oh, well. After that, though, we go into our next match, and it's the handicap Hell in a Cell match. That's right. You got DX taking on their boss, Vince McMahon, as well as his son, Shane O'Mac, and the Big Show. I tell you what, this match is brutal. It's so brutal that JR says in the beginning, if someone doesn't get hurt here, I'll be a Longhorns fan. For those of y'all that don't know, JR's an OU fan. Him cheering for the Longhorns, like, it's just not going to happen. Anyways, Triple H, after this night, had tied The Undertaker for the most Hell in a Cell matches with 7. So we get the match started, and as soon as the bell rings, DX gave the Big Show a double kick, a double low blow kick. And then they proceeded to beat the father-son duo that was left to bloody pulps. Now, as they were busy doing that, the Big Show finally gathers himself, but it wasn't too long until he ate some steel steps. And they must have tasted good, though, because the Big Show was once again back up. This time, though, him and the McMahons were laying the smackdown on the DX. Shane McMahon then delivered his famous coast-to-coast kick onto his brother-in-law of all people. I mean, that bastard. Then once again, for some reason, we had to see Mr. McMahon's butt cheeks as he tried to have HBK kiss his ass. Like, seriously, what is it with him and pulling his damn pants down in the ring? Anyways, luckily that got broken up, but during all the chaos, the Big Show had inadvertently hit his splash onto his partner, Vince McMahon. So DX, they took advantage quickly, and they gave the Show his second low blow of the evening. So that leaves us down to 2 versus 1. And this is not the handicap that Shane O'Mac wanted, as he got his butt whooped. Then Triple H strapped a chair around his neck before HBK hit him with the elbow drop. But just as Shawn Michaels was tuning up the band, the Big Show inserts himself back into the match, only to be met by some chair shots courtesy of Triple H, as well as some sweet chin music. This left Vince McMahon alone with DX. Now, you got Big Show draped over the ring. What DX does is pull Big Show's pants down, and you just see the biggest white ass that you've ever seen. Triple H then grabs his father-in-law's head and shoves him into Big Show's ass. And then to add insult to injury, they hit him with some sweet chin music, and then Triple H broke a freaking sledgehammer over his back, and then they got the 1, 2, 3 onto Vince McMahon. If I'm going to sit there and grade that fiasco, hey, I'm going to give it a B+. Mainly for the fact because 2 of those guys, and Vince and Shane McMahon, weren't full-time entertainers or wrestlers, whatever you want to call them. And if you're going to tell me that those 2 can't go in the ring or couldn't go in the ring back in the day, I'm sorry, but I'm calling cap on that. Hey, the only downside to this match, I think, was that I saw way too many male butt cheeks that I was not trying to see. But hey, that's okay. Well, after this, we go into our next match, and it's for the women's title. That's right, you got 2 of the GOATs going at it in Trish Stratus, and she's taking on the champ, Lita. And then Trish Stratus, I'm not going to lie, she comes out the gates on fire. That was until Lita got the upper hand, and then we were off to the races. We were going back and forth, back and forth. Like, this match was great, not only technically, but with the physicality as well. Now, after these 2 were trading blows in the middle of the ring, Trish, out of nowhere, she lands a chick kick, and then she did the unthinkable. No, she didn't hit her with Stratusfaction. She hit the sharpshooter in Canada as a Canadian. Now, for those of y'all that don't know, if you hit the sharpshooter in Canada as a Canadian, you're going to blow the roof off of that building. And if you're in a building without a roof, you're probably going to put a damn hole in the ozone layer, okay? Now, Lita, as good as she is, she had no choice but to tap in this match. And then you got a new champion. Hey, congrats to Trish. You did a hell of a job. Hell of a match, ladies. And if I'm going to sit there and grade that one, I'm giving it a B. Like, hell of a match, ladies. And I told y'all, this pay-per-view is stacked. Because now in our next match, you got Randy Orton. He's taking on Carlitos. And boy, this one was a slobber knocker. Now, Randy Orton must not be as cool as he thinks he is, because when we started the match, Carlito spit in his face. And if you know, you know. If you don't know, you need to get yourself educated. Side note, these 2 arguably have 2 of the best drop kicks in the game. Just as Carlito, he hit his drop kick into his back cracker, he hit the ropes to hit his springboard, what was that called, I think? It doesn't matter what you think, because out of nowhere, Randy Orton hits the most beautiful RKO onto Carlito as he was twisting his body mid-air. I mean, it was beautiful. So, of course, Randy Orton, he gets the 1, 2, 3, and he keeps his luck rolling in the Air Canada Center. Because as y'all know, 2 years prior, that's where he won and became the youngest WWE champion ever. Now, if you're going to sit there and have me grade that one, I'm going to give it a B-. Like, for being in between 2 title matches, it was good. It was short. It was sweet. And, hey, we got a clean win. We really got to appreciate that when it happens. But enough of that, because it's time for the main event. That's right, you got the WWE Champ Edge. He's defending his title against John Cena. And I tell you what, a little funny thing about this match, even though Edge was the heel coming in and was supposed to be booed, they had the match in his hometown of Toronto, so John Cena just got booed mercilessly. It's similar fashion to like when MJF goes to Long Island, you know? It's pretty cool to see. Now, we get the match started. This is a TLC match, by the way, so basically anything goes. And we had a lot of back and forth going on between the guys. Edge really struck first, though, because he drop kicked a ladder into Cena's face. Now, Edge got a little bit too greedy after that, because as he went for another ladder shot, Cena picked him up and returned the favor by hip tossing Edge back into a different ladder. And boy, business is picking up. These two guys are smacking each other with anything. Ladders, chairs, tables, hell, they even made Amber Heard cringe. So guess this, listen to this moveset. Edge powerbombed Cena through a table, then hit a crossbody off of a ladder. Cena blockbustered Edge into a chair and then hit the STF while he was draped around a ladder. Cena then FU'd that ladder onto Edge, climbed up another ladder, and then hit the 5-knuckle shuffle from the top of the ladder. Now at this point in the match, you have two tables stacked on top of each other, plus two ladders, a 10 and a 16-footer, all in the ring. Outside the ring, you have two tables next to each other, plus another table on the other side, and enough chairs to fill up an AA meeting after Cinco de Mayo. Now, as Cena was climbing the 16-footer, Edge climbs the 10-footer, and then spears Cena midair across the ring. But as Edge attempted a crossbody off the ladder, Cena caught him and then powerbombed him into that other ladder. But just as Cena was unhooking the title atop of that 16-foot ladder, that damn Jezebel Lita appears out of nowhere and topples the ladder, sending Cena through a table on the outside of the ring. This gives Edge enough time to gather himself. Now he's on top of the 16-foot ladder. Cena had just now gotten into the ring, but once again, Lita was there, this time giving Cena a chair shot to the back. Unfortunately for her, this chair shot sent Cena straight into the ladder that Edge was on, and then that big old sumbitch toppled the other way. Now, as Lita was overlooking the aftermath of what she just did, Cena did sneak up behind her and gave you an FU for his troubles. That was pretty cool to see. This led to both guys eventually meeting up at the top of the ladder. And don't forget, you got the title hanging overhead, plus those two stacked tables in the ring. Okay? Cena then did the unthinkable. He picked Edge up and he FU'd him straight through both of those tables. I mean, it was sick. And of course, after that, Edge ain't getting up. Cena unhooked the title. He got his spinner belt back. And new WWE Champion, John Cena. So if I'm going to sit there and grade that main event, man, I'm giving it straight up. I'm giving it an A. Like, can Edge even have a bad ladder match? I don't think so. Hey, fun fact about this match. These were the two wrestlers in that South Park episode. You know, they took our jobs. Yeah, these are the two guys squaring off against each other when they're all in the arena. Anyways, hey. Y'all know what it is. We got all the grades in. Now let's take a look at the report card. After tallying everything up, we came out with a final letter grade of a B. That's right, an 84%. Like seriously, solid pay-per-view by WWE, man. This one doesn't get enough credit in my opinion. But hey, once again, thank you everybody that is tuning in. For all 4 of you that are still tuned in, don't forget to comment your birthday in the comments below. I'll scroll through. Maybe I'll land on you. Hey, with all that being said, though, I hope everybody stays safe out there, man. And have a nice day.